Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh, oh my goodness. Bye bye. Not the girls trying to enter me. I am so sorry. I apologize, Babe Squad. Can y'all hear me now? I know y'all can hear me now. Yeah. I know y'all can hear me now. I heard me. Yes, hit the like button. Please come in liking this video. Oh, Sherry, did I remove your message? Was that me? Was that me, Sherry? Look, something's going on. Okay, something is going on. Baby, the girls are fighting. I knew it was gonna come to this. I knew, I knew the girls would be fighting. They over there slanging and banging. Bow, ba-da, bow, ba-da, bow. Child, what is happening? The girls are out of alignment. Not everybody's out of alignment. There's so much to talk about. We're gonna save the big things for tomorrow because I have my thoughts. I was going to do like a Dear Nicki video, but I decided to go live because at this point we might as well talk about it. And again, I have to say this because this is your faves. These are the wealthy, the affluent. Okay. These are the girls who are booked and busy. And they have nothing but time. And since they have nothing but time, I want to talk about it. Because y'all are reading the thumbnail. Cut the internet off. Cut the internet off. We had a beautiful discussion about mental health. And some people didn't like what I said about Keisha, but I stand 10 toes behind it because y'all are not married to that man. She is. A lot of y'all don't understand the dynamics of power, and it shows every day. And I meant when I said go to bed when adults are talking. I'm tired of having kid gloves with adults. I'm sorry. We just gotta go to bed when adults are talking. That being said, hey Couture, it's your girl Brett going live with the Bree Talk NBA Squad. We gotta talk. We gotta talk about Nicki Minaj snapping. Nicki Minaj snapping. And she exposed herself. She exposed herself. We're going to talk about it. Also, we're going to talk about how Cardi B dragged Armon to the pits of hell and then buried him in it. So much so he was crying on the internet. Child, my. A pregnant woman did that to you? Now, before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my faith vegan water, and let's get into the mess. How you can like this video is by double tapping the screen or hitting those three dots right there. How you can engage with the video is by hitting those three dots right there. Okay? You can send a donation. You can share it out. Subscribe if you like the vibe. And remember, opinions are not facts. Let's get into it. Hey, clutching my pearls. Hey, boo. Hello. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see y'all. Hey, Perry TV. Hey, Sherry. Yes. Thank you, Soul Queen. Thank you. My sound was acting up. I hit the mute button by accident. I don't even know how I did that. You see what's going on? I hit the mute button because we need to mute them. I hit the mute button because we need to mute them. Okay? Look. Can we talk? Who do y'all want to start off with? I mean, it's all messy. It's all messy. It's both messy. I guess we could start with... Let's start with Nicki. Let's go ahead and get the queen out the way because we're going to talk about Cardi and Armon. That's long overdue, okay? Baby, why are the blogs talking about Ming Ling? What is happening? What is happening? Because I don't... What? I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together. Look, I'm good all by myself. Baby, you make me better. I don't know why that popped in my head, but shout out to Fabulous. Yes, Cardi walked them like a dog. Okay, so what y'all are about to hear is Nicki Minaj going off on Keisha Kaler. Okay. Bitches is outside thinking they filters was coming with them. Bitch, you ain't have an allergic reaction, bitch. You had an allergic filter. Giddy. Bitch face looking like oatmeal. Stop it. In the name of Jesus. Okay? Don't you ever play with me. Now, this is enough. Government shutdown is here, and it is all. Oh no, I thought somebody else had the full footage. Let me see who else got it, because that was Sasha K. I gotta see who got the full footage, baby, because she was going off. The Barbs was loving it. They was eating it up. And then the strangest thing happened. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it right here? Is it right here? Obvious Mosby. The bitch said allergy, but she figured she would do the show anyway. Do what show anyway? Who would have needed to see or hear you? You see how you give yourself away? Shut your silly ass and go and fix that filler. Like that. Is a motherfucking fool. Why would you have had to decide if you were still gonna do a show because you got bit by a bee? Bitch, is you fucking, who the fuck you think we was born yesterday, dumb bitch, 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 bitch. Your children are expecting better out of you now. Why would they have had to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that the show was to talk to you? You see how you just revealed that it was not about Gucci Mane, you silly hoe. Now I can say a lot of things now. And Miss Deb said she want to get in on the motherfucking action too. But I said we trying to be nice. Miss Deb. Like that. Is a motherfucking fool. Since when, if somebody's spouse, I use that term loosely depending on certain things that since when somebody's spouse gotta do the show? Bitch, if you had an allergic reaction, bitch, why you didn't do your motherfucking self a motherfucking favor in us, bitch, and sit the fuck outside? You are that insecure about your aging face that you have lied to millions of people and said, once you seen how, notice she ain't say she got bit by a bee or some shit that she had an allergic reaction. Notice she ain't say that prior to that footage coming out. Like she didn't wake up that morning and say, oh shit, my God, y'all, I got this thing by a bee. Well, I got an allergic reaction. Blood clot tea. Messy. No, bitch. It was when the footage came out that she seen her filter didn't come with her outside that day. Is when the liar got to lying. Holla. Do I got in there fucking body in here, bitch? It was when she saw herself that she jumped. Haha, you jumped. It was when she saw that the filler had stopped filling in that liar got to doing what the liar is known to best do, bitch.
day, I want you to look in the mirror, y'all, and say, God, remove every liar, bitch, it from my motherfucking face. The bitch is so insecure at her face. Simply being her face. You see, not everyone ages like the generous queen, because my light inside, my grace, my peace, my love, my paradox, my conundrum, my truth, my generosity, my humility from my motherfucking face, my restraint when I have the power to do so much damage and choose not to. That is why the queen ages gracefully. The queen is queening, and she does that very naturally. The face is the face of grace. You see, you want the after effects. My restraint when I have the power to do so much damage and choose not to. Y'all all want the after effects of being queen. Y'all want the after effects of being queen. But you would never have made it through becoming queen. Now, I'm no psychology major. And I don't.
Look at all these people in there.
Y'all all want the after effects. Know much about much.
That, look. It was wild to me. It was wild to me. It was wild. But I chose Nicki over Cardi, third grade level reading. I mean, there's nothing to choose because at this point, it's delusions. It's delusions of Gander. If you let me tell it. Because I don't understand. I got to go back to it. It was irritating my spirit. I'm sorry. I said, girl, what is happening? Then we found out the son. Okay, exactly. They both crazy as hell. Let me see if it's going to play. I need it to play. If it doesn't play, I'm going to be so mad. Because, you know what? We don't even have to play that. We don't have to play that. Because y'all heard it. Her son came up in that live. We don't even need this. We don't need the audio. Because at this point, cut the internet off. The son came up talking during her live. In the midst of her live, you hear like, to me, it sounded like gibberish. But you know it was definitely Papa Bear. And she turned the live off. And I'm like, I literally was like, I was gonna play it, but I don't need to play it because you know what? Everybody has played it for y'all. Y'all heard it across the Americas. Like everybody in the world heard it. She wanted to wake it up. You see what happens? She was coming for Keisha Kayor's looks. And I don't know if Keisha Kayor did something to her face. Y'all know I told y'all when it comes to the girls doing cosmetic enhancements and surgery that makes them feel good, so be it. I thought something was a little weird in here, just in here. But if Keisha's doing whatever she needs to do to make herself beautiful, it is what it is. I don't like when the girls talk about filters and they use the filters. Like, it's not like Nicki doesn't use the same Instagram, TikTok filters. Y'all making it seem like she's always just showing face. Nicki is a beautiful woman, but to allude that Keisha is not a beautiful woman, she's doing what she wants to do for aging. You see, and I always say this, she would never give these tired ass reads to one of these white girls who are out here getting a nip tuck, Juvederm, Botox, Restylane, none of that. She just sits over there with them, smiles, and be happy. You know how I know? Because there's plenty of pictures where her with the girlies who was nipping and tucking their faces. Clock that. Then I'm like, Nicki, you've been ranting and raving and then doing these lives. The fact that your son came up to you just goes to show you are doing it by yourself. And this is what happens. And I'm going to be very honest. There's nothing wrong with her having a nonverbal son. The problem is she's not doing the work. And the next problem is her son is not getting into them schools. I'm starting to believe all the rumors where she was trying to get her son into the best of the best. And they said no because of that husband she's tied to. Again, y'all keep saying she's a mental patient. I don't think she's a mental patient. I think she's bored. I think she's bitter. And I think she's miserable. I think she has those three things going on. She's bored because she isolated herself. She's in there isolated. Where is her mother? You know, I had a speech impediment. I wasn't delayed in speech. I stuttered. But your son being nonverbal, I'm sure you can work through that. You have the resources and the means. She said she's not broke. She said she's not broke. This is what she's been saying. I'm not broke. I'm not broke. Okay. All right. You're not broke. He sounded younger than a 5-year old. I know 2 to 3 year olds saying partial sentences. He just needs work. Yeah, I'm like, he needs somebody who can do phonics, sight words, and stimulate that part of the brain. It's all about stimulation. His mama is in there. Well, she's outside smoking the weed. She got these people stealing from her. They got gangsters and goons coming up in there. I don't know. He might be afraid to talk. He might be afraid to talk. Who knows? I think she been alluding to something was going on with her baby because if y'all remember, and we're talking about Papa Bear, she said, thank God for my son because I used to stare at him and be like, I thought something was wrong with him, but he's a normal boy. That should have been our first sign, but I just thought she was just one of those parents. You know, I don't have kids who, you know, they said them first 2 years are the hardest years. I think she wasn't really paying attention to him, or maybe she was working on the album and the daddy wasn't paying attention, but something happened between year 2 to year 4. Something happened because they say there's certain learning marks you're supposed to hit, I think, with the babies. Do they still do that? I mean, I haven't been to a pediatrician appointment in a really long time. My nieces and nephew are thriving. I'm not saying that to be shady. I'm just saying, like, we was monitoring everything. I was like, hey, I was pushing their little feet. I need you to kick my hand. And I was making sure they have full mobility. I was pushing their little hands. I was acting like the old folks. Okay, I was like, and I would talk to them, and I would, if they wasn't crying, I'd be looking at them. What are you doing? To let them know, hey, started off with their names. Do you know your name? Okay. You know, I was looking for the signs, baby. If they blink wrong, what's going on with that? What does that mean? All on the, listen, My siblings didn't have to worry about it because I was over there like, okay. I'm telling you, my nephew was 3 and he saw the sign for Netflix and we was walking one day and he said, Netflix. I stopped in the store. I said, show me where it's at. And he pointed. Baby, I went and got him a little game. Listen, I don't know what y'all do, but you have to be on it. With these kids, you just never know. My mom did not play. Papa Bay, Mama Bay did not play. My mom said I stuttered twice. And she said, say it again. And I stuttered again. They said, I was in speech therapy, honey. Sometimes you just got to do a little bit more work. And my mom was like, I didn't know what was going on. I knew you was going into the regular classes. That's it. Mind you, when you stutter, it just means your brain is moving faster than your mouth. That's all. Either put a cork in it, literally a cork, to help you formulate the words, or you have to just slow your brain down, which means you got to read something that's really deep, thoughtful, insightful, so that way your brain can kind of function it. That's why I was in like AP English, honors science. I'm one of those, okay? STEM. But yes, so I feel like this. While Nicki was trying to throw salt on that Jamaican queen's name, she should have been worried about like, hey, my son is home. Maybe I should carry on the theatrics a little bit later. See, we're in a period, in a season where people want you to be your most authentic, truest, purest self. That's why the girls who are staying true to them seem to be doing amazing, not being number one on the charts. They're doing amazing. You see, Bia sold 2.8 thousand records, went missing. She was doing all that rah rah with rah rah. Can't find her. Can't find her. She raps better. She raps better. I told y'all, Nicki pulled her support from the Barbs, and the Barbs did what Nicki said. Nicki say jump, and y'all say how high. Nicki tell y'all to drag a hoe, and y'all say when. Y'all are over there drinking the purple Kool-Aid. But the moment she tell y'all to get her back on the billboard, y'all don't know what to do. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The moment it's time for her to do a press run and a press tour, who she sitting down with? This is why I say you can't stand nobody. You have to stand for yourself. You have to stand for yourself. Okay. Okay, Kris Jenner pulled her whole face back to her ears. I think there's nothing wrong with being beautiful. And again, this is deflection at its finest, because I had to go over there and listen to the Breakfast Club. They said they didn't even know Keisha Kaur was coming. She's the one who was in the fire with Gucci. And I don't like that. I get it that Nicki is an artist, but to me, how she be so obsessive over these men, it gives mommy issues. You got to go heal that. You got to go heal that mommy issues, because you have such a disdain for women. Women who have been rooting for you and everything. And it goes back to what Gucci Mane said. Gucci Mane said he see a lot of people do things on the internet and he simply thinks, I want to say something, but I don't. I want to say something, but I don't. I agree. The baby wants her attention and she worried about Keisha and Gucci. Yeah, I'm like, Keisha and Gucci kids is cool. I get it. The oldest child is autistic. That could be why he don't. I don't know. I don't get it to people's kids, but I thought we wasn't talking about children. And again, Nicki is doing all this because she does not have a team to tell her how to do a proper promo run for the album. She thinks the drama is going to sell the album. Nobody cares about the drama when the girls don't even know if they're going to eat. Federal employees are still furloughed. It's been 23 days. 23. There's people tapping into their savings. There's people who are literally trying to go back to slavery. Slavery. And you out here crashing out on the internet because you don't feel validated to someone. If you think what Keisha Kayor said was shade to you, did you have to respond to it? Because honestly and truly, she said all of them. Is all of them you? Until a host say your name, why do you care? She be saying she be living her best life and so prayed up and so anointed and filled with the Holy Ghost. It's giving demons. It's giving demons. It's giving demons. Maybe that line from Dosha was about you. Because it's wild. You have all this smoke for Keisha, who has not directly said your name, but she did clock you with the shade and said embarrassing. But you're not mad at Ra Ali, who said you're on drugs? Ra Ali said you're on drugs? You? You're on drugs? That's what she said. The girlies are saying the swiping them visas. I don't know. I just feel like this. Nicki, you surround yourself with a bunch of lowlives and you're acting like you don't understand how you got burned. What kind of billionaire moves the way that you're moving? Why do you want the hood on your side? You're not from the hood. You have not been in the hood a really long time. I don't get it. Cardi really tricked you out your spot. And now we're going to get into Cardi because as quiet as this kept, Cardi annihilated Armon. So much so he was crying on the internet. I didn't live for him crying, but I said, wow. All Cardi did was say the same thing I've been saying about Armon. Very talented, but he is a self-sabotage. I don't mince my words. I stand on big business. I stand on big business. Armon crying on the internet, boo hoo hoo. He literally thrives off of chaos and confusion. And want to cry? This is the same hating heifer who said, do women hate gays? It said black women. Or did he say women? Either way, his whole platform is about women. The entire platform. His most viewed videos are about women. He is one of the ones, Agent of Chaos, who has pitted women against each other. That's what he's good at. He's good at doing that. He was very complicit in the hate train. He was very strategic in aligning himself with Cardi B. And it didn't work. How it didn't work for you, but it's still working for Lovely T. It's still working for Jason Lee. I did say she used you. She should have used you because you're weak. That is definitely truthful. This is not a man who's strong. He let in your words, he let a 5'3", 5'2" hood rat with no vernacular, who could barely talk, who doesn't rap well, eat him up like that. I heard perfect English. Shout out to Coffee City, because that's how I saw it. I heard nothing but the best English I heard in a long time. Baby, that baby is doing wonders for Cardi. You all should be scared. She said, I'm tired of y'all playing with me. I have receipts. She said you couldn't even pay your rent with that weak ass apartment. I said, oh, we taking it there? I was eating my popcorn. I was eating my popcorn. Just, yikes. She said, you think you serving looks? You don't even serve looks to the gays. I said, my God, today. My God, today. She said he was botched, had too many teeth in his mouth. She said he hates his mother. He's a baker. And then she said, Angela Yee, you need to clear it up because he said this. So she said, either you lying or he lying. Figure it out. I said, my Lord. And y'all know Angela Yee is messy, so I was here for it. Y'all know I don't care for Angela Yee. Please. She's a loser. Loser. I don't care if she do have her own pies. I said, Angela Yee sitting up here acting like she don't know what's going on in hip-hop when she was hunching on a hip-hop rapper, please. Like, I hate when the girls be acting. I can't stand it. Like, Really, Angela? And then got everybody fired at Fox. Baby, those were my talking points. I said, ooh, let me find out Bo Kanana be in the chat with the bass. Hey, Auntie. And she said, you don't want to work with the other gays. She said, you're the problem. She said, you only want to be the only one. I said, nah, she using my talking point. That's what I knew it was my talking points then, because I was like, girl. You see what integrity gets you when you are true to self. I give praises and critiques, but when you are true to self, you can say, because I said it, she was like, we really were friends. And I found out you were messy and you wanted to, she said, I guess, get on Nicki's good side. And she said she's not going to give you an interview. She said, you trying to play both sides. She said, I'm not scared of nobody. She definitely not scared of nobody. She told y'all, she said, Bia had diarrhea breath. She said JT was Brenda's baby. That in itself was most disrespectful. I don't even know why Nicki was so mad. Because she is wearing the pants in that household. We've seen how she talks to Kenny. Like, why are you mad about that? You do wear the pants. Shout out to the independent girlies that are out here holding it down, wearing the pants in their relationship. There's nothing wrong with it. Candy Burris is a woman who wears the pants in her relationship. There are sugar mamas for a reason. Let them be happy swiping them visas. The person who should have been upset was not even Icy Spicy. Icy Spicy got hit and said, well, whatever, and went about her day. JT should have been the most upset. JT got called Brenda's baby. I would have found me somebody pregnant to go. I'm sorry. I don't know. My mama, you say my mama didn't want me? Threw you in the trash? Brenda's got a baby, Tupac? For Cardi to be so dumb. She was eating the girls. I don't know. Y'all gotta make it make sense for me, because I am a 2 + 2 = 4 type of girl. When y'all be getting 56, I'm missing it. Maybe y'all doing that new way of math with the squares. I don't know. Maybe I'm old. Cause every time I'm like 56. How did we get 56? If Johnny has 3 apples and he gave Sarah 6, how many apples do we have left? Like, and y'all are with the belt. Y'all gotta tell me. I'm tired of getting whooped because I'm trying to make it make sense. She ate you up, and then she said I was paying rent. Oh. My heart hurt for him. I said, yikes. When she said Armon was about to spit in her mouth when he was talking, my feelings for her. Exactly. I said, girl, what? She said, Daffy Duck ass. I said, oh my God. Listen, sometimes you gotta sit there and go, let me put my vest on. She said, you will never be great because you hateful. I said, my God. Hey, CW. Hey, boo. Hey, Sounds 23. Trash and Gucci, but he hasn't retracted what he wrote about her in that book yet. Baby, CW, they not ready. See, they didn't read the book. I'm getting episodes. She called him Daffy Duck. I screamed. I said, my Lord. It's easier to win an argument when you know you haven't done anything wrong to a person. You know what, C. Patterson? That is so truthful. All I wanted to say, when someone is in the words of CW, when the girls are fighting, tag me in. I can help you. I can help you. The girls don't be moving fast enough. I be like, you're not quick on your feet. I used to get in New Orleans, child, you get picked on So you're either going to learn to be quick with that mouth or quick with the hands. Choose one. Choose one. Okay. I'm so happy for Doja. Me too. Why is she speaking on other people's children again? I have no idea. She's mad because Cardi said, guess who's touring for free and pockets hurting? I mean, she said she's not poor, so why would that bother her? Again, when people respond to things, I think it's truthful because why are you responding to it? Because she was definitely listening to Magnet. I do have some advice for Cardi though. Um, you said you are the trap Selena. You should get Selena's family in the video when you decide to do it. Drop the baby first and definitely do a Selena inspired since they're coming out with a whole Netflix documentary and whatnot, keeping, Selena's name alive. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but you should definitely use that. I don't want you to do Magnet until you drop the baby. I don't want you to do Magnet until you drop the baby. Drop the baby and then do Magnet. We need a cute, nasty, cunty video. I'm talking about, you don't even have to do lookalikes. You don't even have to do lookalikes. I want it on the level of Obsessed by Mariah. I really like that song by Mariah. And Gucci Man was in that. And y'all, did y'all know she wrote Obsessed for Eminem and Nicki? There's some lines about, never mind. I remember Nicki would wear them wacky outfits before she became Pink Friday. Ooh. Put Young Miami in the video. My Lord, the girls will crash out for 90 days. It'll turn into Arabian Nights out there. The tour situation is true. Ooh, he got tag team with Cardi and Tasha Gay. And that was the icing on the cake. I thought Tasha and Armon made up. He just didn't know what all that manifestation and doing his shadow. What was he over there doing? Is he really doing his shadow work? Because I told y'all, he acts like an unstable Gemini. I know how I feel about them Geminis. Like, side eye. You gotta side eye them. Baby, them the most unstable creatures. But nothing tops those male Libras. So I don't know. And Nicki never not gave Gucci credit in the past. So I don't know how she would take some of what his wife said as a shot. Yeah, I think she was, I don't know. I have no idea. She literally just said all of them. Maybe there was someone specific she wanted to hear from. I don't know, maybe like a French Montana or something. But I'm like, Nicki, you're putting Deb Antney in this. Deb Antney can't keep up. Who's scared of Deb Antney? Deb Antney needs to worry about why her brother is being called a snitch. It's Supremacists on the streets saying that your brother is a snitch. It seems to me that Keisha Kayor got you hoes roped up and because at this point I'm like, y'all, do y'all know who y'all messing with? Again, I keep telling y'all, some people, you just have to leave them alone. They're just a little bit more leveled up in their work than you. Nicki is definitely out of alignment. You could tell. Cardi was in alignment. She was speaking perfect English. She wasn't even really crashing. We've seen Cardi crash out. She just was like, you're an easy read. Like, I don't even have to do this. And look at what was happening. He was crying on the internet, talking about he was being bullied. I said, this can't be the man who said a cash doll was My Little Pony. This can't be the man who said OG do look like a monkey. This can't be the man who said I was a fat bitch just for him to lose his job after that. Like, look, I didn't have to do anything. I just prayed. I said, God, Get these hating them hoes up off my body, and then boom, you out of a job. I was like, I lost the weight though. Shout out to you. Who knew you were such a motivator? And then I inspired him to go on to go to Vegas with Claudia Jordan. Ooh. Okay, Gums leaked messages with him, Jason, and Cardi and thought he was gonna do well. I told y'all. I said after that debacle, she really ate him up. She said he was really self-serving. And the part that really got probably got under his skin, she said you'll work with anybody to have your way. I said, oh. She said you don't have no integrity. We seen that when we seen him with Tasha K in the spaces. Cause I was like, everybody was like, oh, they made up. I said, they didn't make up shit. Okay. And look where we're at today. Tasha K read him down. I said, yikes. I remember when someone said you were fat. Wiley defended you. Thank you so much to Wiley because I'm not fat. Like that was a bad, you have bad days. He would never know that because he's not a woman. Like, we was eating and drinking. It's not my fault. I don't have to prep to do the boom boom action. And this is no shade to the girls, okay? But he has to do a lot. He has to do a lot to have him a boom boom session. Baby, I can drink until I burst. Eat until I burst. I don't have to do anything but be myself. I don't have to, all I have to do is take a shower, smell good, look good. Look at me. I would be mad too. And I think he wanted to call me ugly, but he could never. Like, people saw me in real time. Not the Terrence Howard. Hey, Queen Salsa. Hey, boo. Okay. He bullies Poor Coffee City, but mute on Cardi. But crying. Crying. There have been men. Shout out to the official King Payne. I love him. Official King Payne said, "Ho, run them hands." All of a sudden, I'm above. I'm above all the haters. He was boohoo crying. This is why I say Cardi definitely should feel like she that bitch. Okay, Cardi should definitely feel like she that bitch because she literally have the girls foaming at the mouth. It's giving rabid. It's giving rabid. It's like they want to be in her skin. And I told y'all, I said it was a failed Desi swap with Nicki. You could clearly tell. I said there's a lot of things that Cardi has that she wants. She has the children. She has the deals for her kids. She's getting things, and I think Nicki has a beautiful voice. She needs to get into some animation. She needs to get into some Kindle type things, reading for the books and things. She should do voiceovers. She has a lovely voice. The way she talks, she's very animated. There's a bag in that. Boom, gave it to you for free. Go get your money. I don't understand why she's engaging in lowbrow activities as an A-list celebrity. Did y'all hear that? As an A-list celebrity. It's not that she wants to talk to the fans. If she's talking to the fans about something sensible, about something, that's gonna, she can get a positive financial gain or thinking the fans were doing, she's not doing any of that. She's literally hanging out with people who have a disdain for someone they have never met. The only person who's met Cardi out of the group is Armon, Tasha, Nicki Minaj. Everybody else has not met her. They didn't have to go day in and day out in no court situation. They have not had no dealings. It's weird. It's obsessive, the way that some of them act. And I said, it's unfortunate. Again, I don't body shame the girls because when they standing next to me, they don't eat. They don't win. All my friends are pretty and paid. Pretty and paid, yeah. Love and life. We do this because we get a job. I got a job to do. I get coin. But this isn't my identity. I'm not obsessed. I could care less. These hoes want to fight each other till the death, so be it. put it on camera. So be it, put it on camera. But those who made it their whole identity, because that's what Armon has done. He's made things his identity. Female rap is his entire identity. And he really had a breakout with the whole Diddy thing, but he botched it. He sabotaged it because he's slow. It's clear. He wanted to go play in the baby oil and say, more baby oil, more baby oil. Just look at a fool. Who wants to work with someone who did that? Even if you felt like he was not a guilty party. Like, the girls always miss the plot. I don't think that bar was about Nicki Minaj. I don't know. Maybe JT. I want pick it up visuals too. Now you know I want me some pick it up visuals. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. The album is good. That was embarrassing. I don't body shame either. I don't have to. My body is still banging. Okay, 62. Okay, 36, 24, 36. Come on, body. She's in California too. You know, in California, they smell the food and drink the juices and do yoga. No. Listen, it's unfortunate, but it was bound to happen. At least Cardi said, you were my friend, and then I had to cut you off. And I'm glad she woke it up about, like, the girls don't hate the gays. They hate gays like you. And I said, That's all I could say. That's all I could say. I said, yikes. I gave Armon tips and tricks how to be a better person. I also told him stop being a groupie to these celebrities because y'all really don't need these celebrities. Y'all had a voice prior to them even recognizing you. Does it feel good that they know you and see you? Yes. But never be a groupie to the point where it looks like you are the PR crisis manager, marketing strategist, etc. Unless that's what you want it to look like, then so be it. I don't think that elevates the platform any further. All that do is bring over delusional stands. I don't care about the stands on either side. Both a dub, both wash. Like, Oh, Nicki Minaj came into the game copying and posing like Kim. Does she have amnesia? They are weirdos. I just feel like people don't need them to be successful. Unless they're coming on your platform to sit down, you do not need them on your platform. And I do feel like when you have big platforms like a Armon, like a Tasha K, you need to have those bigger interviews to go with it. Now, I don't know what Armon is waiting for, but he needs that big interview. And I also feel like this: if you can dish it to the girls, dish it to the girls on your side too. Put some of your from the community on because they need some of that support that you going so hard for. Especially when he was like, do women have an issue with the gays or something like that? I was like, that's why I feel like I don't even feel. I know Cardi is listening and she's observing and she's learning, and I'm happy that she took my advice because a lot of people felt like the girls don't be taking my advice. Thank you for taking my advice because if you're gonna crash out in the studio. Crash out in the studio so we can feel the passion, the raw emotion, so we can vibe with you, so we can understand what you was going through. Crashing out on the internet is so 2017. It's so 2017. And this is why I'm so hard on Nicki. Nicki doesn't have an album out, yet she feels this is going to drive us to be interested in the album. No, we're not even in that space anymore. And that's how I know she's not in proper alignment. That's how I know she hasn't been doing her work. And I really want her to do her work. You need to go make up with your mother. You have enough time to have therapy. From now until March we're in October, November, December, January, February, March. You have 5 good months, 4.5 good strong months to go get you a good therapist. Since you're so worried about doctors, right? Sit down and just talk to somebody who's on your level of like articulation because it's clear. And can I say something? And I don't want y'all to cancel me. How do we know the baby is not mimicking after his daddy? Because you get half and half from your parents. So when she was having this baby with Kenneth, did she ask him, was he speaking well at 5? Because I saw that prison video and he didn't speak well there. He didn't speak well. He just, I don't think I'll think about that. I think y'all be in a fantasy world. Y'all really be in delusions. And this is how I know when it comes to power, money, respect, Nicki is thinking like some Disney fairy tale. Cardi was too, but I think she's tapped into a different dimension this time because it's weird, it's strange. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to just let people say things. I had an op say something to me, and it's not really my op. I just don't be fucking with people. You do one weird thing, and I'm just like, nah. I'm not gonna announce it. I'm just gonna look and go. I had them say, they were like, hey Bree. I said, hey. And then they asked me about my homegirl, and I looked and I was like, hmm. And I went and looked forward because we have nothing to talk about. Why would I chit chat with you here? We don't chit chat anywhere else. You gotta learn to protect the energy. You gotta learn to. Some of you talk too much. And you wondering why your business is out there like that. You got people who are not your friends in your house. Oh, Auntie said, yup, Kenneth is slow and evil. Child. How are celebrities not getting all the genetic testing available? They have the money. Honestly, I don't know. I do know, like, she did allude Nicki to be such a wonderful woman. She alluded to Beyonce's son having autism. She did, well, the twins having autism. She said there was something wrong with them, but guess what? They're surrounded by love. They're touring the world. Beyonce's not gonna address you. She already addressed you when she said her tour was like that. She already addressed you when she was out in Abu Dhabi shopping on vacation, getting some of them good prayers and good blessings. You have been in that mansion hitting live on spaces. Those aren't even the same. Those aren't even the same. I don't know. Imagine if Nicki Minaj was part of Wicked. She's so good at theatrics, but she hates acting. This is what I'm talking about. She's not tapping into the things. She could have been a part of the biggest thing out there, but that mouth is so reckless. That mouth is so reckless. She could have literally did like a cool, hot song for Wicked. It's very animated. I don't know. The girls be missing the plot. The girls be missing the plot. The girls be missing the plot. Nicki is mad. Her tea is being spilled. That's why she's acting like this, over explaining herself. Yup. But she went to act as LaGuardia. What? LaGuardia. You went to the most prolific school in New York for the arts. That's why I say the girls be missing. Do you know I would be doing all. Child, the ideas that are coming to me, you know about the ideas are coming to me because I am staying in the light. Even if you're gonna cross into the dark, you still get ideas like, what is happening? And Onika is super unlikable. And that's unfortunate. And that's one thing she cannot outwork Cardi about because the people like being around her. They said she's so easy to work with. When it's in you, it's in you. It's not on you. That's something you gotta get. You have to heal. Sometimes you gotta go do the work. Sometimes you have to cry. That girl said she cried for 300 days. I can't even imagine crying for 300 days. I cried for a week straight and was over it. But after I cried for that week, we got the work. We got the work. I'm talking about true crash out crying. because they was really messing with me. I'm not telling y'all stuff from experiences I've never done. I told y'all, I said I was going to the courts with my job because I was like, what? Yeah, I'm not playing with you. And I won. I won. And I win again. And I win again. Like, sometimes you just have to like have a moment and then think clarity. Sometimes you have to just let God do what he's going to do. I said, just when I finally accepted coming out here to do my humanitarian work, because I was like, I want this promotion, I'm going to do it. I impacted so many lives. I've been rewarded so many times, getting all these accolades, being pedestalized. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what I was dreaming about and praying for at my last job, and I'm getting it here at the upgraded position. They just think I walk on water. Sometimes you just have to tap into your true self and just say, you know what? It'll happen for you. And I know Cardi has been doing the work because the way she was talking to Armon, the way she was letting them girls know, I don't care what you say, you're not better than me, you don't rap better than me, you don't look better than me, I don't care. You're not outselling me. And I said, damn. Bia did not outsell. Nicki did. But Nicki's not acting like she outsold her. So, I mean, does it really matter? I don't know. I don't know. But y'all, I don't want to keep y'all too long. I gotta go. Comment below. Thank y'all for showing up. Shout out to all the international and domestic bays. And listen, protect yourself, protect your peace, and protect your energy. And on that note, ooh, Naughty Love came in. Dang, I was about to get off. Let me read a comment. Yes, hey, Naughty. He invested too much into one facet of rap. Ooh. I think Ariana backed away from Nicki because she been crazy behind the scenes. No, she backed away when she had Thank You Next, didn't get a Grammy, and everybody was singing Thank You Next, Next, Thank You Next, Next. That was one of the biggest albums, raw emotion, and she was over there playing with Nicki and got blacked bald. They said, you want to play? Let me show you something. That album was everywhere. The girls were singing Thank You Next. It was everywhere. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, I try to do my humanitarian work. I try to do like at least one humanitarian endeavor like every so often just to remain grounded. And I always go somewhere where it's spiritually tapped in, where the country is just about like peace, even though the politics are not, but the country itself was built on like peace and humanitarian efforts and being rooted in your lineage and where you come from and things like that. Like y'all remember when I was in Honduras, my skin was bling. I was beaming like a light. Like I had such a spiritual awakening, I feel like. Hence how we started the channel. I didn't start it right away, but I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to do it. It was on my mind. I met Sherry. I got to meet Sherry. Ah, I love her. And Sherry was like, you should do it. And then she showed me all these people who were doing social media. And I was like, okay, cool. I wasn't subscribed to them, but I seen their names. So I was like, okay. Because when I used to watch YouTube, I used to watch like science and stuff. I used to watch like, yeah. People who talked about the ocean and how we haven't discovered things in the ocean. Look at me tell y'all about my business. That's what I was into. I was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah. I want to do it. And everybody was like, girl, what? But they were like, you should do it. And then I did. I don't really talk a lot. So I'm, I'm getting better with that. So, carpentry, oh, nice. I'm just such a nerd. I like to see like stuff about the animals. That's why I know a lot about animals like the birds. When I seen her with the raven, no, the crows, and I was like, okay. And then when Nicki was talking about the vultures, I was like, well, you need vultures. Look at me. Listen, I was someone who watched X Files growing up. Like, I was into that. I was into X Files, Daria's World, because my auntie was bad. She used to watch Beavis and Butthead, but it was funny. That's probably why I like a lot of, dry humor. My parents watched like Seinfeld. They would watch MASH. ER. I did like ER. ER was more my speed. I was like, the hell is this? And of course, Law and Order. Law and Order. Yeah. SVU and all. I love that show. I'll be over there like, okay, Olivia, what we doing today? Eating my popcorn. I'm a popcorn lover. So yeah. So the fact that I do this, everybody's like, I'm sure if I wanted to talk about the planets and stuff like that, y'all would be like, girl. Oh my God. But y'all, look, pray for Nicki. Like, literally pray for her. Like, pray for Cardi too, because I believed her when she said people are praying that something happens to her baby. That's when she spoke clear English. Sometimes it's broken, but when she's talking that talk, I don't know if that's the ancestors or what, but pray for her and then pray for Armon. He, at his big age, because I know what probably hurt him the most was she said, "You're almost 40. You're damn near 40." I said, "Oh my God." I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. I laughed that whole lot. See, I'm the problem. When people are being serious, I'm like, what? I just start laughing. If I find it full thing, because I was like, damn, she's really like eating him up. That's nasty work. But y'all, let me get about um again, pray for them, okay? Elon doesn't know how to turn off that Twitter. He loves the mess. At this point, we gotta start blaming Elon. It's Elon's fault because the girls don't know how to just chill. And on that note, what are y'all thoughts, Space Squad? What are your opinions? Comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, host.